Thank you for watching this video on how to set up and use your JRP battery tool. At the end of the video you will find instructions on how to register for your 12-month warranty. The NB80A tool has a capacity of M3 to M8 and is suitable for all round body, semi and full hexagon blind rivet nuts in all materials. The manual can be found in the lid of the tools case or at www.jrprivets.co.uk. We recommend that you read the manual in addition to watching this video. Failure to comply with any of the warnings and instructions will invalidate the manufacturer's warranty. The JRP rivet nut tools come with 2 batteries as standard. Before using the tool, ensure that you use a fully charged battery. This can be done by checking the indicator on the back of the battery. The first initial charge will take 1 hour. After that, batteries take 30 minutes to fast charge. Insert the battery into the tool and click to lock it in place. Touch the trigger and the white LED light will display that you now have power to the tool. At the same time, the green function adjustment lights will display. Please note that the tool has an automatic energy saving sleep mode and the power light will go off if the tool is not used for over a minute. Touch the trigger again to reactivate the power. Before adjusting any of the green function settings on the LED display, you need to set the front end of the tool up for the specific rivet nut that you will be using. In this case it is an M5. You would screw the rivet nut on, ensuring that the head and the locking nut are at the furthest point back. Screw until you can see the chamfering on the first thread sticking out of the rivet nut, then wind the head back up to the rivet nut head. Using the spanner that is provided in the toolkit, lock the adjustment nut to ensure the front end is tight but not over tightened. The front end is now set for the rivet nut that you are using. We can now take a look at the green LED display for the function settings on the rivet nut tool, choosing a suitable setting for the stroke travel for the amount you are going to pull the rivet nut up, and also if it is on low or high traction depending on the material. We would normally recommend for the small diameters and materials such as aluminium work in a low setting L. For higher diameters and materials you would work in a high setting H. A safety feature of this tool is that it has a locking mechanism. As you can see by pushing the adjustment buttons, nothing will adjust as the tool is currently locked. The LED display is a great visual aid for anyone in a position of authority, making sure that once the tool is set for the product and is locked, the setting can't be tampered with if the operator has not been instructed on how to remove the lock. If you wish to remove the lock, hold the power button down for approximately 8 seconds. The green LEDs will then display a clockwise waterfall feature. This has now removed the lock. The default factory setting will be L and 1. You now have the option to work through the different stroke settings, 1 to 10. Please refer to the instruction manual for the increments you will need to increase it. To move from low to high traction power, you hold the power button down for 3 seconds, release, and it will move across from L to H. If no further adjustment is to be made, within approximately 5 seconds the green LEDs will display an anti-clockwise waterfall feature, relocking the tool. To unlock, repeat the above process. With the safety lock-in features, no settings should be able to be changed unless the operator has been instructed. If they do somehow manage to override the lock by default, there is a clear visual aid to tell that the setting has been changed unnecessarily and prevent any potential damage to the tool. Like all of the JRP tools, once the power supply has been removed and resupplied, the tool will default back to the prior setting that is locked in the tool. To operate the tool, it is pressure sensitive on the mandrels, so you screw the first thread to avoid cross-threading. Push the rivet nut and it winds onto the front face and locks off. Pull the trigger and the rivet nut sets and spins off to give a final setting. The tool is then ready for its next action. To remove and change to a different size rivet nut, ensure the battery is removed so there is no power supply in the tool. Using the spanner provided, undo and screw the head and the adjustment nut off. The tool is supplied with 1 adjustment nut. This needs to be transferred to the new head. To remove the mandrel, you can either use the tool and push, or just so you can see this visually, you push down the inner sleeve. It frees up the mandrel and you can manually unscrew it. To replace the mandrel, hold down the inner sleeve, screw it in as far as it will go, and turn the mandrel until it clicks and locks back in place. Apply the new head and repeat the same process for setting up the front end for your chosen size rivet nut. If the worst case scenario was to happen and you were to get the tool stuck in a rivet nut, ensure that the battery is removed so that all power supply has been removed. The black end cap of the tool screws off to expose the hexagon drive. Take the Allen key that is provided, insert it in the rear and manually unwind the tool from the workpiece until free. Screw the black end cap back on and then reinstall the power supply to recommence working. Email your full contact details and unique tool serial number to warranty@jrprivets.co.uk to validate your 12-month return to base warranty.